Speak to you later, Sarah. Well, the rest of the day's news now. West Midlands Police insist their plans to involve the private sector in policing haven't been delayed. They say they've simply changed the timetable. Protesters, one of them dressed as RoboCop, gathered outside a meeting of the police authority. They claim the plans amount to privatisation. The force says they'll be discussed more fully in July and that they'll be speaking to 6 private companies over the next few weeks. Our special correspondent Peter Wilson reports.
Flag waving and banners outside Lloyd House. The people gathered here were all union members. There are also 999 call centre staff, scenes of crime officers and police community support staff.
Let's stop privatising the police!
RoboCop was really Carl, a Unite union official. The Chief Constable has made clear that the force is not for sale, but these workers say it is.
Privatisation proposals for the police support staff is the thin end of the wedge for the thin blue line. I'm convinced that if this is allowed to go ahead, you will see other parts of the police privatised.
In some ways, the government actually wants the police to be a bit like RoboCop, just concentrating on crime fighting. And it wants the police to look at business partnerships, or as the unions refer to it, privatisation, because the government believes it could make the police more efficient. Today, the police authority agreed to change its timetable for finding private partners to run some of its support services, such as custody suites. More time is needed because of the Olympics, but the word delay is not to be used.
I would say there has not been a delay because there is still going to be a lot of ongoing work in preparation for a business case with clear areas of exploration.
The Labour Party is choosing its candidate for the new role of Police Crime Commissioner. The man, with 20 years of experience with the region's police force, claims that the whole process is really flawed.
There may be elements of it, particularly in terms of the IT support that we can give to our existing staff, that may be appropriate to take forward, but I think the basic principle is any process where staff are involved in the basic criminal justice service need to be accountable to the Chief Constable and should not be the employees of private companies.
The force cannot stand still. It knows that in the future less money will be available for policing budgets. Transformation is the word that's preferred, not privatisation.
I really believe in the values of policing. We've got brilliant reductions in crime, we've got fantastic people. We're the experts at policing, but I do think we actually want to look for somebody who can help us with innovation and technology to make sure those men and women are even more effective in your communities.
All sides agree that the public should be consulted before any final decisions are made. Peter Wilson, BBC Midlands Today, Birmingham.
Well, Peter joins us now. This is a complicated as well as a controversial process. What's the next stage in it?
Well, we're going to have this meeting in July, but what should have taken place today is part of the procurement gateway, as it's referred to. Now, that was put on hold so that West Midlands Police partner Surrey could have more time to deal with the Olympics and more dialogue now between the private companies and the police. But the police are saying this has not been delayed, but I'm also hearing from other people on the police authority that it could be frozen out and put on hold after that July meeting.
But also on the horizon, the election in November of these police commissioners. That changes the game, doesn't it? Or is the business partnership all done by then?
No, it changes the game completely. And most people on the police authority are very concerned that they don't want to have a fait accompli for the police crime commissioner. They want him to be or her to be involved and the decision to be made by that person.
Peter Wilson, thanks for joining us this evening.